Peace, love, and everything above. What's happening, what's happening, what's happening? What's happening, what's happening? What's going on? Back again for another one. Welcome back to the Juice Report. First of all, thank you for coming back. You're back again with me for the new ones. Much love. You're in for the new one. We can get with it. Number 5. Going into number 5. I got a little story. Kind of crazy. I just thought about it the other day. Something my wife and I were talking about that had happened to her at work. Caused me to remember shit that happened to me at work one day. So I was a garbage man. 2010, 2011, something like that, right? In between 2010 and 2011. And so I'm swinging on the back of a garbage truck. Shout to cousin Bub, who got me the job up in there. Came in clutch in a time where I really needed it. So real cool atmosphere up there. It's probably one of the most fun jobs I think I ever had. If I think back and try to think of the kind of shit that I've done, all the different jobs I had, the most fun, probably IWS, and I worked up at Ringwood State Park for I think 2 summers. Matter of fact, I left from Ringwood State Park to go over to IWS in the end of the summer. I think the middle of the summer. It was right around my birthday, 2011, I think. But I could be wrong about that. So boom, a couple of months in, I think, here comes the winter time. Here comes the snowfall, and the route I'm doing is Greenwood Lake, and we would come up just around the bend road it brings you out from West Milford, because that was how we came up, either up over the mountain to take you down like through Tuxedo past where they did the Renaissance Fair and all that different kind of shit. Real cold early morning. Garbage truck don't have, first of all, it's uncomfortable in there. Super cold. I don't think our truck, the heat worked too good. You know, it was one of them ones that it worked, but you had to either put your hand up on the vents for you to even feel a little bit of heat, or try to get yourself hunched up over kind of closer, lean into the heat to try to find it. You couldn't get no heat. The heater was bad in the truck. Bad. It was bad. Windows up, still freezing cold. It was that kind of cold. Man, it was cold that day, I remember. It was so cold, you know, like anything that's metal is just, it was cold that day. It was super cold that morning. First couple of stops, I'm already not really feeling it this morning, just because of how cold it was, and I couldn't get warm on the way up there, so I'm cold all the way up there, and I just don't want to do it this day. So the driver I had that did Greenwood Lake with me was Ed Sullivan. Ed was a cool guy, man, but Ed was a piece of work. And Ed is a whole nother story too, I could get in. But I'm not gonna do that right now. But Ed, he was something else. So it's me and Ed. Ed's driving. All right. Bam. First, I don't know. I think we did one side street and came back out on the main drag there. I forget. I should have looked on the damn map. I should have looked and seen what the hell. You know what? Maybe I can do it with this here. Greenwood Lake. New York. Bam, here we go. All right. So it's Jersey Ave. Yes. Try to show y'all. And so here it is here. We start our route. We come from Jersey Ave out from West Milford. So right when we bend the corner, we get to Murray Road. We go in Murray, do all Murray, all in back here, do right, do back up there, get that. Then we circle around and go back out, hit that main street. That's Jersey Ave. So, if you can follow, if you're following, if you're not, just follow. So when we get back out to and hit Jersey Ave, now remember, snow is everywhere. Snow is all over the place, and it's a fresh, clean snow, bright white, clean snow. If you know clean, fresh snow that ain't even touched yet, white, and when the sun hits it, it's like a mirror, especially when it's all over the place. But snow's everywhere. The sun, it's a clear day. Nice, beautiful, clear day. Sun is shining good. I remember when we pulled out to Jersey Ave, after doing the side street there, when we pulled back out on Jersey Ave, I remember thinking, man, that thing is bright today. You know, it was shot because it was shining. It was like the first thing to hit you when you pull out. And I remember thinking, man, it's hard to it's kind of hard to see up in front. Sun is shining crazy bright. So we hit the first stop there. Bam, we cut out on the street. There's a stop that I have to go back to get. So I have to go the opposite way that we turned out to go. So I go, we back up, make sure nothing's there. Back up. I dumped the cans. It was 2 or 3 cans. I can't remember. But I remember I had to leave from the truck and I had to go back again. So I do that. We move on up to the next stop. Just 1 can. I grab the can. I grab it. I go snatch the can from the side, turn around, snatch the can up, dump it. Empty it out. I step from behind the truck to go put it back, sit it back where it was, where I got it. And when I did that, I moved myself, I stepped all the way so I'm clear from the back of the truck. When I turn to put down the can, no longer than the can touched the ground, I hear the screech, and I hear somebody scream like a woman, and I hear the smack, bang! And I turn around just enough time to see the heads come back, like seeing the heads jerk, and the airbag deployed, like the airbag come out. I remember seeing that, the airbag fill up the whole front seat area. I couldn't see nothing anymore. That airbags had that shit filled up. I'm like, oh shit. They got the kid in the back seat, so I run around and try to get the kid. I'm pulling on the door won't open. I'm pulling on it. The guy in the front, the husband, he was driving. The wife is over on the other side. She's still in the car. She won't get out. So the husband, I'm telling him, you got to unlock the door. So I'm trying to get the kid. I think they were bringing him to school or something like that. So I'm trying to get him out, make sure everything is all good. Because they hit hard. They hit so hard. They never slowed down. The sun was shining so bright. They never saw the truck. Buddy said the sun was shining so bright. He said he could not see it. They never saw the truck. They never slowed down. They had just come down off Jersey Ave. They weren't full speed. They had pulled out, I think, from one street back, one of the ones that we had just done. But they pulled out and they got on it. They're getting up to speed, probably 25, 30, almost 35 now. And smash, boom, in the back of the truck. And accordion, the front of their car. Smashed the front of the car up. Good. I remember it was crazy seeing the turn around to see the airbags come out and like have them. It was crazy. It crazy because the airbags had them hemmed up, smushed up and shit. I'm like, oh, it was wild. That was wild. That was crazy. And what's funny about this is, I remember I heard a girl scream. I remember hearing a scream. I remember thinking later, I heard a woman scream, and I remember thinking that must have been the lady in the car that got in the accident. That must have been the lady in the car. No. That scream that I heard was Ed. He saw them. He saw them not stop, and he's looking in the rear view. He saw it about to happen. I think he said he thought that I was still back there, so he screamed my name. It was crazy. I heard the scream, so the scream turned me around because I'm not knowing. I'm putting the can back where it's got. Hear the scream? Yeah. However the hell, I don't know what he said. I didn't know it was my name. I heard a scream because you gotta remember he's screaming from the front of the garbage truck. He's screaming from up in front of the garbage truck. So I'm around and on the opposite side of the truck, in back of it, putting the can on the street. So I just hear this scream and turn around, bam, it smash happened. He thought I was still behind the truck dumping the garbage. So he screamed my name, trying to do whatever. He did all he could do. He thought I might have been back there, but I wasn't. I had an angel riding with me that day. Man, I got God all day long, man. And I made sure I thanked I thanked the good man, the good woman. I thanked him, her, all of them that day. I really, really, really did. I really did. That day, that was a little crazy. That was a little bit more of a taking a, like, I thought about it. I thought about that to the point was crazy. Because they had to take Ed after the fact. IWS had to come and take Ed because I think it's just policy. Involved in an accident, the driver's got to go and take a drug test. So they came and took Ed. So I'm waiting. They're bringing another driver to fill in for Ed so we can go ahead and finish the route. So I'm in Greenwood Lake still, up there just by myself. And I remember I'm sitting there like, damn, man, that was close. That was so close. It had me to the point that, hold on. Let's fix this. What are we doing here? Hold on. You won't get it. Nowhere else. A lot of what's going to happen here tonight. So this being the first one, I guess, let me just get... Here we go. So that had me a little, that incident, not right away, because initially when it happened, I just really was trying to get the kid from the car, make sure, it was just kind of like an adrenaline thing at first. But when I went and sat and I was just waiting, hanging out by myself, waiting for them to bring me another driver. I'm up in Greenwood Lake, sitting. That I just keep playing this back and forth in my head, over and over and over. I keep playing this in my head. I was probably 6 or 8 feet from being behind the truck when that car smashed. It would have cut me in half. That car would have cut me in half. I was just behind the truck. The car would have cut me in half. That car would have killed me that day. And it was getting to me. It was messing with me. It was kind of messing with me too. Because I just kept thinking, dog, I really could have just died today. It bothered me to the point that I went and bought. I had stopped smoke. I smoked cigarettes before that, but it was at a time where I just stopped. I had quit because I'll do that. If anybody that knows me, that grew up with me, to know the way I can smoke cigarettes for a couple of months, and then it's always been easy for me to just say they get nasty to me sometimes. It get different reasons. I just can quit like that. It's kind of easy for me. So this bothered me to the point that I went and got me a cigarette so I could sit and think on this, man. Yeah, I went and got me one, man. Went and bought a fresh pack of Newports. Nice menthol. Yep, had to get a lighter too. I wasn't smoking. Had to get the whole deal. I had to get the whole kit. Went and got me one, lit up, man, and I had to reflect on that. Because it was a close call that day. I thank God again. I think about all everything that had to happen for me, for what happened that day. All the things that lined up for me to come out safe that day. It pushed me it pushed me to have to get a cigarette. I needed it. I needed to have the cigarette that day. I went right in there. Went right and grabbed me the pack. Yeah, drove it. That caused me to go. Bothered me bad to the point I went and grabbed a pack of cigarettes. Hadn't been smoking for months and months at this time. The whole kit, cigarette, lighter, like I'd been. Lit it, man, I wasted no time putting that nicotine smoke in the air. Wasted no time. Needed it bad that day, for sure. Needed it bad. I remember while I come out, I come out the store, pack my cigarettes up, pack them up good. Pull the first one out. Get ready, go ahead, light them up. And it's two guys, I think they were plumbers, or they was in a plumber van, or two guys in a van. I want to say it was a plumber van up there. I hear a little talking, I can hear them talking, walking up to them, and then I see them look over and look at me, and they just stopped the conversation. And they're like, yo, bro, dog. He's like, one of the drivers, he's like, bro, you got an angel with you, dog. I saw the whole thing. The guy in the passenger seat, yeah, we saw it, dog. You got close, this and that. Right at the point of I light the cigarette. I go ahead and cock I'm going ahead and get the cigarette lit. Right as I go to flick the lighter, I hear the, yo, that's him. Look there he is, that's him. And so I look over, it's the guys in the van, what you call the van? He's talking about, yo, dog, you got an angel riding with you, man. There's somebody watching over you, bro. We watched the whole thing. We was right there behind the car that ran into you, dog. They just ran right into you. I don't know what was happening. You got so lucky. You got an angel with you, bro. You got an angel with you. You better go home and say your prayers tonight. Everybody at home, do the whole deal. You got an angel riding with you. That was crazy. I'm like, damn. I'm like, yo, big thanks, y'all. Appreciate you. Crazy as hell. Crazy as hell. I could not believe it, how close it came to getting cut in half by that car. I came so close to getting cut in half by that car. I could not believe it. It drove me to the store to get me a cigarette so I could calm down. I needed to reflect on what just happened when it got me the old smoke. Man, oh man. But shout out to Greenwood Lake. I love Greenwood Lake. I love the place. Greenwood Lake definitely should be on the list for one of the top small towns in America. Yeah. Oh, man, not much to do up there. You know what I mean? But the people is the people up there. Greenwood Lake was pretty dope. I think they need a little bit more commerce. You know, I don't know, a grocery store maybe. But yeah. Shout out to everybody in Greenwood Lake. Yeah, Ed, I'm gonna do a story on Ed. I got a couple of stories with Ed, man, because Ed was my driver for most of the time I was there. For a lot of the time I was at IWS, Ed was my driver, and we did Greenwood Lake together a lot through the summer, through the seasons and everything. I spent a lot of days up there with Ed, and Ed is cool. Yeah, I got some good stories about Ed, so I'm gonna definitely gonna give you guys a few stories on Ed. Ed Sullivan drove a truck at IWF, so that's gonna be that. If you stayed the whole way, thank you for putting up with me. If you're brand new, thank you for being here. On further, thank you for putting up with me. What I will say is the love is real. Love is love. Back, forth, 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 back, forth, forth. But I will say, click the button because it don't cost nothing. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. It's a vibe.